Um, so then we come to yesterday.
Uh, yeah.
I'm very annoyed. I had, I don't get a lot of time off. So a lot of times when I get to play video games, it is when I'm streaming. Although I do play casual games on my iPad all the time, but I can't sit down and play games like I like. Yesterday, I had roughly about 2.5 to 3 hours free. I know what I'll do. I'll play the Battlefield 6 open beta. So sit down. I download it. It took over an hour to download because I don't know what was going on with my setup yesterday. Cause it's only like 38 gigs, and that took an hour. And then I went to load it up, and my computer said, "Oh, hey, wait, no, you need to upgrade or install your driver upgrade thing, whatever."
Oh, the
Um,
Nvidia game driver, I guess it is.
yep. And I was like, "Crap, okay." So I sat there, I downloaded it. That took another 30 minutes. Installed it. Then I went to play it, and Windows went, "Hey, no, we're not playing this until you update your Windows and restart." I was like, "What? Well, I just want to play like a one round." So got that done, loaded it up, hit play, or whatever, not play, start, whatever. I double clicked it, um, and went through the menu, had a look at it, and went, "Okay, I'm ready." Started up. 30 seconds in, I get a phone call from my neighbor. "Hey, can you give me a ride?"
Yeah.
Yes. And then the guy I take care of was like, "Hey, are you leaving? Can you go pick up, this for me, blah, blah." I was like, so I spent 2 hours downloading and getting Battlefield 6 beta, open beta, set up to run. And I got 30 seconds into a matchmaking. And that's it. That's my experience with freaking Battlefield 6. You know what? I'm just going to buy it.
Okay.
Oh, great. My computer's just done something weird.
Well, you're still
Okay.
alive. I can still see you and hear you.
Okay. I don't know what's wrong with my computer.
It,
Anyway, so I'm annoyed. I've heard how great and wonderful it is,
yep.
and it probably is. So I'm just gonna buy it. I'm just gonna buy it. I know it's gonna be like 80 quid or something like that. It's like one of the most expensive
70.
games. But I want to play it. I've always been a Battlefield girl. I've
Sorry.
always preferred Battlefield
Might I
over
point
COD.
you in the direction of a certain website called cdkeys.com?
Yes,
You
that
might
is true.
get it cheaper.
I might. So yes. But anyway, that's my rant of it looked really good. It loaded really nicely. Menu looked great. The in-game footage looked great, and I don't know anything
Yeah.
about anything else. So, if you're out there in Never Never Land and you got to play the beta, let me know.
Um. So, I'm bringing this up not because I knew that you were going to try and play Battlefield 6,
Haha.
but this is something that came up in my news rotation, and I thought it was
Oh,
quite
funny.
interesting. Because do you happen to remember this former Xbox executive who's no longer there, Mike Ybarra,
Yes, yes,
who
yes.
was once the Blizzard president as well?
Mhm.
Well,
We
he's been
talked about
talking
him.
about Battlefield 6.
Oh, interesting.
And he
Okay.
expects it to, quote, boot stomp Call of Duty Black Ops 7 this year.
Oh, come on. I want that to happen, but come on. How realistic is that going to be?
Well,
It's not.
let's hear what
Okay.
has to be said, and then we can
Okay.
discuss. Right? Let's
Okay.
hold those horses, okay?
Mm.
So, Ybarr served various roles at Microsoft for 20 years, culminating in a role as a corporate vice president on Xbox Live and Game Pass. Before becoming Blizzard president for 3 years, took to X, Twitter, freaking
Mm.
X, to give his views on the upcoming return of Call of Duty versus Battlefield Online FPS clash. It's been a while.
Been a while.
I was waiting. Thank you. According to Ybarra's prediction, Battlefield 6 will come out on top, but he believes this can only be a good thing for Call of Duty because it will force it to improve.
Uh huh.
Hold fire. Hold
Okay.
fire.
Okay.
Quote, Battlefield will boot stomp Call of Duty this year. But the real win here is Call of Duty won't be lazy anymore, and we'll all
Oh
get
God.
better FPS games for it. So, hold your fire.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, don't put rapid fire on just yet. Hold it. When one follower suggested that 2016's Call of Duty Infinite Warfare was disappointing but still outsold Battlefield 1, which is true,
Yes.
Ybarra replied that Activision's series has been getting worse since then and claimed that a revitalised Battlefield will encourage improvements. Quote, Call of Duty has gone downhill for years since then. It's a mess. Cheating, heavy UI, install, rainbow colours, people were sick of it. Luckily, Battlefield will force them to change. Might I also add, Mr. Ybarra, Beavis and Butthead. Who the hell wants to play a shooter as Beavis and Butthead and freaking Seth Rogen?
Yeah. Yeah.
And have weed skins and mumps and all that crap. Because that's what we'll... I said to you to hold your horses, hold your fire, and I've already jumped the gun.
And here you go. Yep.
Yes. Although Ybarra didn't initially specify which metrics he would like to use to determine whether Call of Duty or Battlefield would win this year's battle, he later clarified after another follower said Battlefield 6 would never get a higher player count than the next Call of Duty game. Quote, what I meant by boot stomp is that it will review better and drive urgency from the Call of Duty team like never before. Player counts you can't use because Call of Duty is free on Game Pass, which makes it interesting to see if it will sell close to COD, so maybe. But I'm not wrong, more competition will make Call of Duty better, and I'm all for Battlefield doing that. It shouldn't take that. Call of Duty is lazy, 130GB plus installs, slow UI, incredible cheating, on and on. They need to fix it. The only way they will is through competition.
I have to 100% agree with what Mike is saying, but we will address
Hold
that.
your horses. When challenged by another follower who claimed Ybarra was bad-mouthing Call of Duty because it's owned by his former employer and he's, quote, bitter about leaving, Ybarra replied that he's glad to have left Xbox when he did. Call of Duty will get better because Battlefield will be great. You're blind if you don't see that. Bitter? No, I'm glad I'm not part of the end of Xbox. Upset they can't lead teams to make good games? Yes, because they lay off all these people from leadership's mistakes.
I mean,
He's not wrong.
He's not wrong. He's not tactful in any way, but he's also not wrong.
Sorry, what's the meme? He's out of line. But he's right. Ybarra stepped down as president of Blizzard and left the company in early 2024 alongside news that Microsoft was cutting 1,900 jobs across Xbox, Bethesda and Activision Blizzard. Quote, as many of you know, Mike spent more than 20 years... I don't know who cares, Matt Booty. My asshole.
Yes.
Anyway, yes, you now can comment. Now that you've heard all the facts first.
Yes. Well, I mean, first and foremost, yes. Pete's pointed it out, but this is a guy that used to work there in Activision. Was,
Well, he's part of Blizzard, mostly.
Yeah, but directly acquainted with COD. The thing is this. Yes, I am a Battlefield girl, and I do prefer Battlefield over COD, over COD. That is personal preference. I like the game mechanics better. Mm-hmm. But Battlefield, again, this is like me talking about Halo. Battlefield really dropped the ball the last
few times.
3 things they've issued, yeah.
2042, Battlefield 1, and Battlefield 5?
Yes.
Was it? Yes.
And I was absolutely disappointed with 2042 because I adored 2142. It was a simple mechanic. Like, I don't know how they dropped that, but they did. They messed up the whole netcode and stuff, being online. And
I think I know how they messed it up, though.
How?
It's quite simple. Dice.
They didn't invest. What?
Dice.
Dice? What do you mean?
Well, the company who... the publisher, or say the publisher, sorry, the developer who made it was Dice. Yeah. Obviously, their sole focus for many, many years was Battlefield. Like, whether or not it was the, Battlefield 2 Modern Combat on, 360 and stuff like that.
Yeah.
well, that was the port that they did anyway.
Yeah.
They haven't necessarily always been great, but they've always made an impact to some degree. Yes, they would never sell as much as Call of Duty, but they were always an active participant within it. You know, they were always more revered than something like Medal of Honor. And Medal of Honor was a series that obviously went on to go and die. And Ghost Recon as well. God, the big four of the shooter generation, like in the PS2 and PS3, makes me feel old, for Christ's sake.
That was my time. Plus, I had Halo on top of it. So
of course.
I was in FPS heaven, man.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, I mean, like in terms of like the squad-based like shooter, like war sims, basically to some degree.
Also, I'm very disappointed. I just have to say this is a random tequila rant.
Mm-hmm.
I am massively disappointed that I cannot get a hold of Battlefield Bad Company 1 and 2. Those games are amazing.
Oh, I was getting to Battlefield. Bad Company.
My favorite.
Anyway, like you obviously had like those certain hits, like Bad Company, 2142 and 1943, I think it was as well.
Oh, it was 1942.
42, sorry.
Mm-hmm. Which was also amazing.
But then, of course, the problem was I think DICE were then acquired by EA proper, weren't they?
Right. As far as I understand.
They had good things with the Frostbite engine, I guess, because it was very much tailored and catered towards like Battlefield and its heavy destruction, destructible environments and aerial combat. They then decided to use it for everything, so they've now had to make an engine that's like tailor-made for pretty much every game, and it works like crap with everything else but Battlefield.
Yeah.
But the main reason why I'm saying so is because I want you to recall your mind back to a certain time where a certain small series, I say small series, was once developed by a completely different team, which then was given to another team, which then didn't go forward.
Yeah.
And then got rebooted by DICE. Yes. Star Wars Battlefront.
That's it. Yes, that was all over Twitter back in the day when it was Twitter.
So Star Wars Battlefront was made by DICE.
Yes.
And so around about the same time the Battlefronts were being made, Battlefield dropped.
Yes.
Because their teams were being pulled in numerous different directions rather than having the sole focus on Battlefield.
Yeah.
I blame Star Wars.
I actually think that that's very plausible. It absolutely is. But actually, that's very plausible.
Yeah, I went on a long rant, basically, around the houses just to get to that point.
I mean, but it's actually very it's actually a very plausible thing, because I was actually going to come at it from a different direction. That's what she said. In that COD, COD, whatever. It was COD when I was a kid, and now everybody calls it COD, so it's just like, okay.
I've always known it as COD anyway. I guess it's an American thing. Everyone's like,
I was going to say, it's probably just a regional thing.
Yeah.
It's kind of like FIFA, which I know doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, similar principle though.
Yeah, it had non-gamers, or non-gamers as we see ourselves as gamers.
Yeah.
So non-gamers behind it. Battlefield 6 is not that. Battlefield 6 does not appeal to quote non-gamers. Battlefield 6 is gamers who just happen to love FPSs.
Yep.
So they're not going to pull in the numbers that COD does, because COD has mass appeal. Like mass appeal. Hence why it had all those dumb, stupid skins and the stupid, dumb maps. I know I just made a lot of people mad, but I can't help it. Like the Zombie Town or whatever.
Nuketown.
People love that stuff. Yeah, that one. People love that stuff. People who don't play games love that. Battlefield 6 does not.
Call of Duty.
I like that. Mike says every time I hear Call of Duty, I need to go to the bathroom.
Nice.
But actually, Mike also says a point that I fully 100% support, which is rather than openly brag, and that is the core issue here that is bothering me about him, is that he's sitting here bragging and he has nothing to support that brag. Otherwise, they will be chowing down on humble pie if things go sideways. Things probably will go sideways. Because, again, Battlefield does not have mass appeal to non-gamers.
Nope.
People don't buy consoles for Battlefield. They buy consoles for COD.
Yep. That's the unfortunate side of things.
I think that's really just the long and short of it. It's not going to be a COD killer. It's just not.
Yep, you absolutely hit the nail on the head. Is that every person I knew who was a non-gamer, or, you know, quote, non-gamer, would literally go and buy a console every generation, whether it be a 360, PS3, an Xbox One, or a PS4, because Call of Duty and FIFA were coming out.
I was going to say.
They were like, those are the only two games that I play, and I buy them every year. Like, regardless of how good or bad they are. And then they'll, 2 weeks later, they'll go, oh, it's really crap, like this year. But I'm still playing it, and I've still sunk, like, hundreds of hours into it.
That's
it's like,
the thing.
Fine, you do you. Like, I went and spent 80 quid on Mario Kart, and I don't think Mario Kart World is that great, but I'm still going to play it.
But, I mean, even, like, obviously, I talk about it a lot, but I go to the gym, like, every day. Well, not every day. But not on the weekends. And gym people don't tend to be. Now there are some exceptions to this rule. And howdy to those that are listening.
Howdy, fellow gym folk.
Yes. But gym folk, for the most part, don't tend to be gamers. But my trainer brought his X-Bone up. It was the X-Bone, yeah. And I think he had a copy of FIFA, and I think someone else had a copy of COD or something like that. The amount of people that were, like, playing it. And it was like, that just kind of, like, confirmed what I was already thinking, which is, this is a non-gamer game.
Yeah.
Just across the board. So, I hope, because I'm also biased, but I hope Battlefield does well. I love Battlefield. I don't know this one because I haven't got to be in the stupid deck in the beta.
Not bitter about it at all, are you?
No, not at all. Wasted 2 hours installing the frickin' thing. Anyway, so I have not played it, but I hope, as a longtime fan of it, that it's doing... Oh, goodness, Pylord has arrived. Pylord says his ex-bone, his ex he used to bone.
Thanks, Pylord. Welcome. In with a bang. That's what she said.
That's what she said. No, I've always called it the X-Bone because it's Xbox One.
I mean, it's always better to say it because it's funnier.
It's funny. It's funny to talk about boners.
And it is also the fact that the X-Bone was X-boned in that generation.
Man, that was where my love affair with Xbox we started going our separate ways a little bit more and more.
The thing is that I wanted to support Xbox in that generation, because I had a 360 and I loved that damn thing.
Hell yes.
But then I remember someone who got an Xbox One very early on, and I went round and I was like, ew.
Yes.
Console is gross.
Big paperweight VCR looking thing.
Yep.
No personality whatsoever.
Connect support that was absolutely had to be included.
And this much of an upgrade on the Xbox 360, it wasn't a jump.
Nope.
Worth.
No, I could get away with it with things like, because funnily enough, I was talking to someone about it this morning. The GameCube to the Wii, there was no generational jump there in terms of graphical power. Mm-hmm. But they gave you a gimmick, and that gimmick worked. Exactly. Yep. Just reuse the old GameCube parts and just make something fun out of it. That's fine. You gotta give us a good gimmick if you're gonna do that, and Xbox just didn't do it.
Nope. Anyway, I'm bitter. I'm still bitter about the X-Bone. I'm still very bitter about that. And so, anyway, to sum up my weird-ass rant, it went like 5 different directions.
It's quite normal for you. I'm surprised it didn't go 6.
I know. I think I'm on tequila number 2 as well.
Nice.
I'm saying tequila. It's a mix. I'm not doing shots on camera. Nobody would do that ever. But no, I don't look. I love Battlefield 6. Battlefield, the whole Battlefield franchise. It's not going to curb stomp COD. It's just not.
Fairly unlikely, but you never know. all it takes.
I mean, I would love it.
Because the thing is like you look at the original, like you look at Call of Duty 1 on PC, and then Call of Duty 2, like Big Red one, the PS2 port. Like Call of Duty didn't really take off like proper until Call of Duty 4.
Yeah.
Like, so it took a fair few entries, and around about that time, like I said, you had other like war-based shooters that were pretty much vying for supremacy.
Oh, yeah. It was a great time if you're an FPS lover.
It was, yeah. And Battlefield was always that one, was like, yeah, you always knew its name, and you always like knew someone who played it, but you never played it yourself.
Except for me.
Well, I played
everyone...
Battlefield 2 on 360. I didn't mind it, but it was just far too complex for me.
See, for me, and that is what's always funny to me, having the weird brain that I have. I hate complexity. I like simplicity, and yet Battlefield, completely intuitive controls, but not COD. I just not.
That was, I think that was the thing that was always about Battlefield, is like, whilst I never really got into COD as much as anything else, because I went with the completely different side. I was more of a Ghost Recon person.
Yeah, Ghost Recon is good. I mean, I can't.
Yeah.
Rainbow Six, Ghost Recon.
Oh God, goddamn Rainbow Six.
Yeah.
Vegas 2 is still outstanding.
Yes.
God damn.
Yes, it is.
I was more into like
yes, it is.
those kinds of games, but Battlefield was always that one. Was like, you'd look at it and you go, "Holy crap! Can they actually do this on hardware?" It was like all this destructible environment. You were like, it was literally like the mouth open, like, "Wow, they did this on this hardware."
I mean, and that's why if you catch me over on my stream, which is twitch.tv/KILEY_WILD.
That's your only plug for today. You can't do it at the end of the show.
It's actually my second plug.
I know, I'm taking it.
But one thing that I often enjoy is destructible environments. I talk about it all the time. Doom has destructible environments.
Yeah.
And I love that. And that's probably one of my favorite things doing in Battlefield is smashing out the walls of houses and then they fall down. The physics is there, and I'm a dork. I'm a big, huge, nerdy dork, and I love it.
Of course you are.
You can't get that same, I can't get that same effect in COD. It's just not there.
Yeah, I know. I was trying not to draw attention to it, but yeah. Danka got me with that one. Good stuff. Anyway, yeah, so I do hope that because like I said, he's out of line, but he's not wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Yeah, I really do hope the Battlefield is actually what everyone wants, and by the people who've been talking about the beta, they've been loving it. Like, record numbers on Steam, like that's not taking into account all the players that are on PlayStation and Xbox. Yeah. Like, I do want Call of Duty to have some actual legitimate competition. I just don't think Battlefield is going to be the one, but it's going to be tough.
If they drop the ball as they did in 2042, they're done. Yeah, they're done. That broke lots of hearts.
The thing is about Battlefield is they always launch really badly but get better over time.
Oh, yeah.
But with
that was
the current
a bad launch. That was the worst I've ever seen.
Oh, it is. But with the current generation, like, and how it is at the moment, you can't have a bad launch because that sours everything immediately. You look at things like Days Gone, a single-player game that launched badly. The reviews came out and they were bad, and it's just soured everyone. Mm-hmm. Like, even I haven't gone to go and play Days Gone, even though apparently it is one of PlayStation 4's best games.
That's what people say. I haven't touched it either.
Zombie survival game, not for me. I'm done. I'm over like that sort of genre. So,
like, it's oversaturated.
It is, but it's one of those games I might pick up on a cheap at one point. If I can find it cheap, I'll play it. But yeah, you need a solid launch, and obviously them doing some stress tests. I think that if they had another one before October, wouldn't do them a world of hurt. They should 100% do it. But I do want Call of Duty to actually have some legitimate competition.
I would too, but again, whoever it is, and hopefully it will be Battlefield one day, they've got to have mass appeal.
Yeah, which is going to be tough
to non-gamers.
The problem is you're never going to really have mass appeal when you're chasing after something like Fortnite, which is literally a toy box at this point, and Call of Duty is going down the same route.